Alright, I just did one attempt of filming, and it turns out that it took quite a while. So I'm going to start new. So this is the new update for the Polylab progress. And yeah, I'm going to make this a weekly thing. I'm going to do a weekly update because at the moment there's quite a lot happening basically under the surface, and lots of people don't actually know what I'm up to, and yeah, so I'm doing this update. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the history. I'm going to make that a bit shorter than I did it in the first try that I did. The history of Polylab, what happened, why did we start, who are we, who am I, and then also about what the history is, where did we go, what did we do so far, what have we achieved, have we achieved anything, and then also what's happening now and the future maybe. And so I'm doing a course at the moment in small business and project management, and so there's a lot of learning happening at the moment, and yeah, I just like to talk about the learnings and the progress that I'm making, and this is a bit of a record of that. And yeah, so I'll also later talk about what I've been doing in the recent few weeks, and what I'm thinking where this is heading. So stay tuned for that. So a little bit about the history. So my wife and I and two kids, they're 6 now. We live in New Brighton, by the beach in New Brighton, Christchurch, New Zealand, and it's a lovely place, and we like to go walking at the beach, and I just love it. I go in the mornings, you know, just to start out the day in a nice way, and yeah, we all just love it here, and we like to go walking at the beach as well. And one thing that really strikes us there is the plastic that we find there, and the plastic that actually comes from the ocean. And there's probably some that comes, you know, goes out the rivers into the ocean and just gets swamped onto the beach again. But there's also stuff that has been in there for ages, and you can see that, right? When sometimes I'm digging in the sand and I find this real old stuff that's obviously been swimming in the Pacific for a long time, or in the oceans for a long time, because you can see the damage from the sun, from the UV, and you know that it's real old. And so basically that's how I got, or that's how we got a bit annoyed of this plastic problem, and thought we need to do something about it. Well, we didn't really know what, and we did a bit of research on, you know, microplastics and plastics in general, and how much of a problem we have, and the ocean cleanup, which is an amazing project. And then in end of 2019, so just before the pandemic started, we found out about the precious plastic community and the precious plastic system, and that is a group from Europe, a Dutch guy named Dave Hackens. He's engineered a system, a process that makes it possible to recycle smaller quantities of plastics, so that basically everyone can have a shot and can try it and just do it. And so they've developed all the machines, the processes, the yeah, basically everything around it. So they've even got a you know, templates for molds. You know, if you're using molds, there's a few different systems that you can use, and so they have developed all these machines, and they give you the blueprints, they give you ideas what to do, they give you instructions. It's absolutely amazing. It's so cool. And so we found that, and we were like, oh my god, we need to do this, because Vicky was anyway looking to do something, because she had been basically a stay-at-home mom for quite a while, for over 3 years, 4 years almost, I think. And yeah, so she wanted to get something going. I've always had the itch to do something. I've always had side projects, so we kind of said, okay, let's do it together. And yeah, that's how the idea of Polylab was born, that we start out and do this. And we quickly realized that that in New Zealand, to build these machines or to buy these machines takes a bit of money. So we would have needed, we thought back then, maybe $10,000-15,000 just to get the machines and things. And then there would have been some other problems, space problems, because we're working, we only have our double garage that we can use. So space problems, power, we would have needed some higher power supply. So that would have been another $5,000 to get another switchboard installed with higher power supply, and so 3-phase power supply. And so kind of, yeah, we started to get a little bit like, oh, maybe we can't do it, maybe, because we didn't have that much cash on hand, because we had just bought this place 2 years earlier in 2018. And yeah, so basically we were thinking, oh my god, how can we do it? And I was always thinking in these, like, okay, I was thinking we need to probably get finance, and I was starting to make these plans, and it turned out that everything that I was planning took quite a while, you know, like to even get started to melt one bit of plastic. And because you need in that system, you need a shredder to make things like, you know, plastic bits like this. You need to shred them down to actually fit them into the machines. And yeah, so we didn't even have a shredder because it was all too expensive. And then we thought, okay, we have a shredder, but then we need to melt it as well somehow. And so we knew there was another method as well, because we met someone from Christchurch, Anthea, from Remix Plastic. Actually, she was the one who posted about the precious plastic thing, and that's how we found it. And Anthea, we met her at some point, and we kind of asked how she does it and things, and she told us that she's just melting it with a sandwich press, and she's using 3D printer offcuts, 3D printer waste, which is amazing, because usually it would just be thrown out because you don't have the filament anymore. You can't just put it back into your 3D printer. You know, you would need to make new filament, which is quite a difficult process, and no one is making it here. So what we thought is, well, Vicky told me to, look, Chris, you're always thinking very big and stuff, that's nice, but we actually don't get started right. How about we just start with a sandwich press? And we looked it up, if you can actually melt other plastics as well with the sandwich press, you know, except that we didn't really want to go into the 3D printer waste thing, because Anthea's already doing that. And there was so much other waste, especially this, which is what we end up using. So so we said, okay, let's just try, and we got our. Did we get our sandwich press? I think we even took our sandwich press. We had a. I don't know. Did we have an old one? Yeah, we had a spare sandwich press, or we got one. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. And we took our scissors and cut some plastic. Just cut a few little some, I don't know, shampoo bottle or something, and cut it small with scissors and put it into the sandwich press. We looked it up before if it's possible and if it's dangerous and things, and you shouldn't do it in your kitchen. I always say that to people when they ask, oh, how do you do it? And I wouldn't do it in my kitchen, and I wouldn't do it in an enclosed room where there's no ventilation, and well, that's all the technical details. So we basically just started, so we melted that down, and it turned out okay. It worked. It worked, really. We found out some techniques how to do it on YouTube, and Vicky said, why not just start with that, the easy part. You could this you can actually fit in a sandwich press, right? So put it in a sandwich press, melt it down. You don't need a shredder for that. And then we found out how to actually maybe take some other colors, take some colorful bottle caps and put them onto the white shampoo bottle, and then mix it a little bit with gloves, because you don't want to burn your hands. And so basically, when it's soft, you can actually twist it around a bit, and there's real cool things coming out. And then we made these sheets with the sandwich press, and then decided to cut with a normal saw, cut out little shapes, and then we had little shapes, and we made necklaces. And that's how it all started. So exciting now to tell the story. I'm already talking over 12 minutes again. But anyway, so then we started making these kind of pendants. So I cut them out. So this looks really perfect. I come to why this looks so perfect. Back then they didn't look so perfect. Come on, focus on this. This is actually blue. Come on. It's a light blue color, and you can see it's actually white and blue mixed. It's really, really bright in here. That's right now because the sun is shining in. But so these kind of pendants, we made them as a necklace. We started then making round ones, because I figured out that we can actually cut off a piece of pipe, cut off one little slice of a pipe, and then have a ring, and we can melt the plastic into the ring, and then it's perfectly round, and then we had round pendants. This is actually one of them. So this one, the blue one, is so that was made in one of those pipe offcuts, and so put in a sandwich press with that pipe thing, put the plastic inside the pipe inside the pipe ring, and then before we mixed it a bit, and then we basically pressed it in there later, and that's how they turned out. And this is a key ring, and this is the key ring. So this is actually a bit more sophisticated. It's got two different colors on two sides. That's basically two sheets melted together. But that's how we did it. And we just made tons of them, quite a few. Took ages. One of them took maybe 2 hours to make or something, one of those rings. And we put bands on them, and then when we had 20 or something, we just went to the local market on the Saturday market, and had a stall there, and we started to sell them. It was amazing. So that's how it started. I think I should maybe now just go to the like go through the process a bit of what happened in the time after that. So basically we got more sophisticated. We've got a machine that actually, so we still make the sheets with the sandwich press because it's still we're still in this space in this garage, so we can't have a big machine to melt the plastic, and also I couldn't find one yet. So we're still making the sheets in the sandwich press. We have a little CNC machine that I can put the sheets on, and I can cut the pieces out. So I don't have to cut them out by hand anymore. That's why that this heart shape just looks so perfect heart shaped. And then you can also make some more complicated shapes as well, which is pretty cool. And you can cut, with cutting small pieces like small earrings out, that was really complicated with the hand saw because and then we had to file them and grind, it's like sand the edges off and make them smooth and all that. And so basically we sold these pendants with the necklace, and then made earrings because we had the machine to make smaller bits. Made earrings. There's actually, I've got Charlotte here who's wearing the earrings. Oh, she's really bright now, but yeah, this is one of the earrings. If you see it, so they're green. I would love to show them a bit better. Can I actually change that? Make that a bit darker. So that's how that earring looks. Yeah. So that's stunning, isn't it? So that's a small heart. And so I made it a bit brighter again. It's just the sun is always changing here. So then we made earrings as well, and we sold the necklaces and earrings. And then at some point I started making maybe a little bit of decoration, or things that you can put in a window, little stars that you can hang on your Christmas tree. That was good fun, and it was an awesome year. That was amazing. And Vicky and I made that together. And then at some point I started a little bit to get the itch to do something else. I don't know, I'm not really the earring or jewelry type. I don't know, it doesn't really I like the colors and the working with the machine and all that, but I'm not really into jewelry. It's not really my thing. People liked it, and Vicky really liked the idea, and so I started thinking about maybe I could do something else, and I had like tons of ideas anyway what I can do, and just based on that we have this flat surface, that we have that CNC machine to cut the pieces out, and so we're limited to the space, to the sheet size that we can make with the sandwich press, but we can also I figured that we can actually cut out parts out of the sandwich press and then put them together and melt them together. And so I figured out a system how to melt them together, so put them together like a puzzle piece basically, and melt them together into a bigger part. So I used a soldering iron on the back side and basically like stitched it all together, and I can show you that. So this is one of the pieces, which looks pretty amazing, I think. You can still buy this, by the way. I think it's on the website. It should be on the website. And so I show you how. So this is I just stitched them together at the back with the soldering iron. So I didn't have to stitch much here because this is only 2 parts. It's amazing. So this is actually a very simple design, and yeah, it looks amazing. Looks like a wave to me. So this is the top. It's a wave, and it's an amazing blue. It's like water. It's amazing. I love it. I actually should hang it in our house. Anyway, and so I figured I can do that, and I can also the frame or the base that I put them on, I can also cut with my CNC machine, which is awesome. And so I started making those things as well, and then introduced them on the market, and actually some people bought them already, and yeah, that was cool. And made some other ones as well. This is the new Brighton Pier, because we're always supporting the local things here. And yeah, that's the Brighton Pier, and I just love the colors, and this gives me, you know, a lot more options what I can actually do when I can make the things bigger. And it's a thin sheet, but you can really see the structure of this, you know, melted plastic. And yeah, so that's how it looks at the back. Yeah, so that's how we got there. And then there was a bit of a break. Ah, yes, so it turned out that Vicky didn't really like the actual the work that she did, because she did mostly what she did. So I was always doing the cutting. I was also, because while I was cutting, I was on the side melting the sheets as well. And so basically I was really excited about all this. So I was melting, cutting, melting. So I was just in the garage here doing all that stuff, and also doing still the earrings. So it turned out mostly earrings in the end. So I was cutting out the earrings, and so the thing was, when I was actually at my normal day job, Vicky would take the cutted pieces, the cutted earrings, and she would sand them all. So because when they came out of the machine, it was quite rough. The edges were quite rough, and you know, when you put them on your ears and they're so small, you can see all little scratches, and even, so the corners were quite rough, and she had to sand them all. That was pretty painful work, and then that was a little bit annoying for her that she only did this painful work. And then she also she had done a small business course as well, and so she was also doing the accounting side of things, and the you know, the boring stuff. She's started the website. She created the website, which is amazing. She did a pretty good job there. And yeah, so if you want to look at that, it's pulleylab.nz. It's a pretty cool website as well. The domain name is pretty cool, because it's so our company name is pulleylab.nz, and the website is called pulleylab.nz. And yeah, so that's how we got there. So that's as much as we did with the plastic melting and selling thing. And then so after Vicky, actually, she decided this year that she doesn't want to carry on anymore, because she just got a bit bored of it. And so there was a bit of a break, and we also had too many lids here, and yeah, we just got too much rubbish, because people got really excited and they started collecting for us. And because we had already decided we only want to take bottle caps, because here in Christchurch they don't take bottle lids in the recycling bin. and that's why we decided. And there's so many of those lids, and they have all the colors that we need. We basically took on all the lids, and we always get them in usually in bags like this, and that's how people drop them off to us. And so we have to sort them out, because there's lots of stuff in there that we can't directly use or cannot use at all, and so we have to sort them. We have to find other places who may take them. I try to not throw anything out. So yeah, so we had those problems. Vicky stopped it, and which is completely fine, because I was so excited about it anyway, and she wasn't. And then yeah, so that's how we ended up in a bit of a hold, because I had to stop the bottle cap collection because the garage was just filling up. So and then I decided I wanted to create a bit more space, so I built these this shelving here. It's basically on 2 walls of the garage we have these shelves where we can now store all the bottle caps, and then I've got another shelf here that I use for sorting them, so I can throw all the, while I'm sorting them, I can throw them into those little boxes. And yeah, so I actually stopped making any, so I didn't go to the market anymore, because I didn't feel like I had enough time, and I wanted to change the product line anyway, because I'm not so excited about earrings. And so I wanted to make the art. I want to probably make some other products that I've got ideas for, and then so I thought, okay, I'm going to use this winter. I'm not going to the market anymore. I'm going to expand, make the garage better, and then to try and make new products. And then you know, because I was just a little bit kind of like into this whole thing, and I was done with the shelving, I thought, maybe just try something something that I had in the back of my mind anyway. And I started, and I made this board that I had already the idea for maybe a year ago or something, but I never did it because I was always too busy making other stuff. And I thought, okay, it's a good time now in winter, just try this out. I designed this board, which is, so this is the very first one, I think. So that's why it's messed up a bit. So this is the very first one. I designed this thing. It's got 100 of these bumps on here. So it was just basically a piece of wood offcut from a joinery. I always collect them anyway, because I was building the shelving with them and stuff as well. And so it was just a wood offcut, and I just basically, what I've done is I've taken away everything that's not where these bumps are. So, and I've cut that away, and with my CNC router, and this allows me to actually put bottle caps on there. Where do we have some? Right here. So this one fits these bottle caps perfectly. So, and because we have so many colorful bottle caps, I thought it was a cool idea to let kids take these bottle caps and make pictures on this thing with it. And yeah, so basically I decided, because I thought that was pretty cool, I decided that they can that I can make more of these. And yeah, and I also made it so it's not 100 anymore, it's 121, because I wanted a middle piece. This one doesn't, this is the center, and it doesn't have a lid right in the center, and so it doesn't sometimes look really symmetric. So you couldn't make a heart right in the middle, you couldn't make something in the middle and then you know, it doesn't look too good, and that's why I decided to make 121. And so that is what this is now. So this is 121. This is a board without the paint on it, and so now that turned out to be the Liddy board. And so people also got quite excited about that, and there was a newspaper article about this whole thing with me, and yeah, it got quite exciting, and I just love the idea, because this is a very simple thing, and kids come up with the actual like creations that they do with it, and there are some kids who invent new games that they can play with it, you know, like almost like a board game where they can go you know, go along with the lids on the board. You can, you know, the sky's the limit, and I came up with some cool ideas as well. I made some stop motion things, and yeah, pretty good fun. Okay, so that is what we've done in the past. Now, how are we going to carry on? I think I'm going to have to cut this off here, and I'm going to make this another video, because this is already quite long, and so if you want to know what now the future plans are, what about the plastic art that I make? Am I going to carry on doing this, or am I going to the Liddy board now, or what do you think? What do you think? What would you like me to do? Like what are you most excited about? Because yeah, there's some, you know, pros and cons to everything, and or can I do everything? I don't know, and I'm gonna tell you in the next video what I'm thinking of doing now, and also what I'm doing in the course that I'm doing right now, the small business, the diploma in small business and project management. And yeah, so thinking about the future a lot at the moment, and so I've got a bit of an idea, and I've got things that I'm excited about. I'm excited about so many things, but yeah, I've got some plans, and I want to tell you them. Not in this video, but maybe you tell me what you think. What are you most excited about? Or is it the earrings? Are you more excited about the earrings, or do you think, oh, you could do something completely different? Like I tried making puzzles with the plastic. I have some puzzle, you know, I have some puzzles. I tried making some other things, decoration, or you have any other ideas? That would be yeah, would be great to hear. And otherwise, I leave you to it now. I'm going to probably post the next one next week, and just gonna next week talk about the last few weeks what I came up with, and what I'm doing at the moment. And yeah, thanks for watching if you got this far. Thank you so much. Alright, see you later. See you next week. Bye.